And now to officially start our meeting, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, Commissioner Batchelor?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This morning we need to do an addition to the agenda, and that's to let the record show that this is a motion this morning, and it's to add the appointment of the clerk pro tem to the regular agenda. And do I have a motion to add this to the agenda this morning?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Painter?
Yes.
Ms. Batchelor?
Yes.
Ms. Corcoran?
Yes. This is a motion to the appointment of Gail Fowley as our Executive Assistant, Department of Community and Economic Development, as our Clerk Pro Tem, that the Board of County Commissioners hereby appoints Gail Fowley as our Executive Assistant, Department of Clermont County and Economic Development, as our Clerk Pro Tem for the regular session of June 2nd, 2021. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Batchelor?
Yes.
Commissioner Painter?
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran?
Yes.
Thanks, Gail, for being here today.
No
Yes.
problem.
Thank you. Item B is approval of the regular session minutes of 5/26/2021. Board, we've received these in advance. We've had time to review them. Are there any corrections or deletions?
None.
Hearing none, call the roll, please.
I'll make a motion.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Approve the minutes?
I thank you for making the
No
motion.
problem.
Commissioner Painter?
Is there a second to that?
I'll second.
Commissioner Batchelor? Commissioner Painter?
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran?
Yes. Now we're going to move on to our proclamation this morning. Cindy Gramke, want to join me at the podium? This is so weird having human beings here present with us today. Thank you for coming in.
Well, thank you.
This is Elder Abuse Awareness Day in Clermont County, Ohio. June 15, 2021 is the actual date. Whereas the Clermont County's more than 30,000 older adults will increase in number and deserve to live safely and with dignity, and whereas the increase of the elder population abuse to adults aged 60 and older has become more prevalent in our communities, and whereas elder adults of all socioeconomic, racial, and ethnic backgrounds may be targets of abuse, neglect, or exploitation which occurs in families, long-term care facilities, and communities. And whereas in 2020 there were 485 reported allegations of abuse, neglect, or exploitation of elders in Clermont County alone. And whereas protecting Clermont County's elder adults is a community responsibility, and it is imperative that communities work together to help reduce and prevent abuse, neglect, and exploitation. And whereas Clermont County Senior Services serves as an advocate for the elderly and encourages all citizens to join us in building strong support for elders, to recognize and prevent neglect or exploitation of elder adults. Now therefore be it proclaimed that we, the Board of the Clermont County Commissioners, do hereby proclaim June 15, 2021 as Elder Abuse Awareness Day in Clermont County, Ohio. And we present this to you, Cindy, this morning from myself, Claire B. Corcoran, President of the Board, David Painter, who is our Vice President of the Board, and Bonnie J. Batchelor, who is our member. And we thank you for all you do and for everything that your Senior Services does for everyone in our community.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for being with us this
I
morning.
really appreciate it.
Here's your podium.
I do want to just take a moment to thank the Board of County Commissioners for working with us and observing this very important day when we do in fact observe and bring attention to the horrific crime of elder abuse, neglect, and exploitation. And we have seen such a rise, as you say in the proclamation. We had 124 referrals in just 2008. So they have gone from 124 in 2008. They were at 485, as you said, in 2020. They actually were at 505 in 2019. Every year they've escalated considerably. And we've all speculated statewide why they went down a little bit last year. Frankly, we think they should have gone down more than that, even with the quarantines and people being even protected within the walls of their home, and bank lobbies not being open for someone to coerce an older adult to go into the bank lobby. And I do encourage you, if you ever see anything that gives you the sense that something isn't right, you're not making a judgment. You're not making a judgment call. You are reporting your observations, and we hope that you will remember to do that and think that in Clermont County, Clermont Senior Services is the exclusive contract agency with the Department of Job and Family Services here. And it is a privilege for us to move this much further beyond our normal services to protect those who are more vulnerable and less able to advocate for themselves. So I want to thank you for this very important proclamation, and that we remember to observe Elder Abuse Awareness and Protection Day. Thank you.
Thank you for being with us.
Cindy, would you mind having a picture?
Sure.
This has been the first time
Oh, I know.
forever.
Go ahead, up in the center.
It's been the first time forever.
Watch out for this cord. We're probably got to get one of those things on.
That's exactly what would get me.
I know, me too.
Right. We're gonna have to put something
You
on.
look at my knee, there's two pretty bad scrapes on my knee.
Oh, you have to smile 3 times. He's a 3-time
Ready?
guy. Yes. Great.
Wait.
I got a good one.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yay.
You really have to smile now because you don't have that mask.
I know,
Right.
I know.
That's it.
We're going to move at this point item I up for county staff and elected officials discussion. We have Julian Nisbet with us this morning in the health department. Thank you. First time in a long time and a personal appearance.
Good to be here. So just to kind of give you a quick update of kind of where we're at with everything. So, being June 2nd, we have the majority of the orders in Ohio have been lifted on it. Just want to remind people that it doesn't mean that the pandemic's completely over on it. We're still fighting a battle, particularly, public health, hospitals still has cases on it, but we're definitely headed in the right direction with everything. So that is definitely the good news. As far as vaccine percentage of population, we were up to 44%. I just double checked the numbers. I was having some computer issues this morning, but we're up close to 44% of the population that has at least initiated vaccines on that. If you kind of take in mind that we only have vaccine eligible for those 12 and up right now, that puts us well over 50% of the population that vaccine is available to that have been vaccinated, and we continue to vaccinate. So we did kind of pull out of UC Clermont. We cannot thank UC Clermont enough for the partnership that we had up there. They were fantastic hosts to us. We administered over 20,000 vaccines in their facility in the short time that we were up there. So I'll have updated, because it's just the end of kind of like the month, I'll have updated numbers through the end of May, but kind of through end of April, around beginning of May, our agency had administered about 32,000 vaccines. So we are not the only vaccinators in the county, obviously. We have, hospitals, private pharmacies, Kroger's, any of the retail stores that can also vaccinate, and we are very appreciative of those partners to be able to help us out, because it'd be very difficult for us to do it all on our own in doing it. So we primarily administer Pfizer Vaccine, so we can do any of the kiddos 12 and up at this point, which it is 2-shot series, 21 days apart. We also do carry Johnson & Johnson for those that really don't like needles, but might be able to muster themselves up to 1 shot, and they prefer to do it that way. That's definitely something that we can do. So we do run vaccine clinics in our nursing division. It is open pretty much 9 to 3 any day that anybody can walk in. You can schedule appointments if you prefer to do that. And then we're still out and about in the community. We've done several locations where we've gone out in the community and had some really good results. We went out to RJ Cinemas, who was doing some promotional kind of things. We had a good vaccine clinic up there. We're getting ready to head back for their second doses on it. We over the not last weekend, the weekend before. We're partnering with Little Miami Brewing to kind of do some promotional things up there, and we had some good turnouts in Milford. We did have to, at the last minute, move that clinic. There are some issues, the fact that if the outdoor temperature is above 77 degrees, we cannot administer a vaccine, particularly Pfizer vaccine. It has to be mixed and drawn up, and that's takes time to do, and you cannot have it above 77 degrees. So when the temperature spiked really quickly there for a couple days, we scrambled and moved some locations. One, just for the safety of the vaccine itself and making sure that that vaccine stays, proper and that it's effective. And then also, you don't really want to be vaccinating people in 90-degree weather if they're going to pass out, or, things can happen. Not that it's frequent, but it does happen. So just for safety reasons, the majority of our clinics, if we are going to be in super hot temperatures, we're going to try to move to an indoor location to continue to do those. We still are out and about at some of the townships, some of the fire departments, north, south, east, west, trying to hit the majority of the county and offering vaccines as conveniently as we can to the public. And doing that. Case rates are definitely kind of headed in the downward trend and continue to be. So kind of our average is about 68. They're updating those numbers weekly, so they should update tomorrow on it. And I kind of anticipate we've been kind of bouncing in the 60s to 70s a little bit, but still, if you look at a trend line, still in that downward trend line, which is what we want to see with it. So I do, just kind of to update people, I do want to make sure everybody's still aware. There is some confusion that when the governor lifted all the orders, those are the orders for the masking, the social distancing, those types of things. Quarantine and isolation were not in those orders. Those actually come from the Infectious Disease Control Manual, which covers in Ohio all infectious diseases, TB, Ebola, every other communicable disease that we deal with on a routine kind of basis. That's where that guidance comes from. Primarily, it normally mirrors CDC guidance, which still includes isolation and quarantine. So we isolate the ill, quarantine the well who may be exposed. Fully vaccinated individuals no longer have to quarantine. But unvaccinated individuals would still have to. That guidance does change. It's, throughout the pandemic, it's been updated. At some point, that may continue to change in the future, but that is currently where we're at right now. So, any questions?
No, just on behalf of the board and of the entire community in Clermont County, we thank you and your staff. I know there were so many long days and hours and weekends, and we cannot thank you enough for caring about the citizens in Clermont County and for all you did.
Thank you. Thank
Really
you. Very
thank
much.
you.
So my staff.
Thank your
We're going to
staff.
take some vacations this summer.
I guess so.
We're going to be a little sparse this summer, just because but then we're going to ramp back up. We are planning back to school clinics, and we will co-vaccinate. We're working to figure out how we can do that. CDC does now permit co-vaccination of COVID-19 with other vaccines, which again makes it easy. You can kind of do a one-trip type thing. It'll make it nice for flu this fall also, for those that want to continue to get vaccinated. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other county staff elected official discussions this morning? Okay, hearing none, we will go on to public participation. Do we have any public participation this morning? Hearing none?
Commissioner Corcoran, if you would, Mike McNamara is here. He has a staff introduction.
Oh, good. Good morning.
Morning, Commissioners. Michael McNamara, Director of Community and Economic Development. The Commissioners have made a commitment to community and economic development, which I appreciate greatly. When I've come to the Commissioners and said we need resources, the Commissioners have responded. One of those things that I brought to the Commissioners was the need for a development specialist. And a couple weeks ago, on May 18th, we hired Scott Gaffert as our new development specialist. His undergraduate degree is from Ohio University, and his which I've told we won't hold against him. No, I'm an Ohio grad, so. And his graduate degree is from in urban planning from University of Cincinnati. So I wanted to introduce Scott Gaffert, who's our new development specialist. Scott, if you come up here. And Scott has hit the ground running, working on inventorying our commercial and industrial space in the county and answering leads for potential employers as they come in. And he's also going to be working on business retention and expansion. So, Scott?
Thanks, Mike. First, I wanted to thank you guys, the Commissioners, for being so welcoming here. I know we had an informal introduction, but I'm really appreciative of this formal introduction. And then thank you to Mike and Gail for believing in me and giving me this opportunity. yeah, and I'm really looking forward to getting to work, and hopefully can have a long, fruitful career here, helping Clermont County move onward and upward.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Scott. We
Thank you.
appreciate you being.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. McNamara. Any other staff or elected officials?
Please?
Hearing, huh?
Don't believe so.
Okay, thank you. Hearing none, we're moving on to consent agenda. Board, you've received this consent agenda in advance. You've had time to review it. Are there any additions or corrections this morning? Hearing none, could I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes. Item number F is our non-consent agenda, and item number 7. It's the recommendation of the Board of County Commissioners to adopt a resolution number 102-21, resolving to approve payment to vendors in the total amount of $1,658,544.35, as set forth in the BCC approval invoice report for checks dated June the 2nd, 2021, BCC directed prepaid invoices reports and/or the procurement card transaction report as presented by the county auditor on June the 1st, 2021, and further authorizing the county auditor to issue warrants for same pursuant to Section 319.16 of the Ohio Revised Code. Do I have a motion to pay the bills?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes. Item number 8. Well, good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Item number 8 is a recommendation of myself, Timothy Dick, Director, Department of Job and Family Services, with the concurrence of Thomas J. Eigel, County Administrator, and this is to approve the extension agreement for the state fiscal year 2020 and 2021, Local Area 12 Workforce Development System Memorandum of Understanding by and between the Clermont County Board of County Commissioners, the Butler County Board of Commissioners, and the Warren County Board of Commissioners as the local area chief elected official, the Warren County Board of Commissioners as the fiscal agent, the Area 12 Workforce Investment Board, and the required partners as outlined therein pursuant to Workforce Innovation and Opportunities Act, Section 121B1B, previously ratified by the Board of Clermont County Commissioners on October 16, 2019, which outlines the parties' roles, responsibilities, and funding commitments for the operation and funding of the local area workforce development system and the Ohio Means Job Center in Local Area 12 for the state fiscal year 2020 and 2021, with said extension agreement to extend the Memorandum of Understanding effective date through June 30th, 2022, to allow workforce programs, services, and cost sharing in Local Area 12 to continue without disruption following the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic, and to authorize David L. Painter, the designated chief elected official for Clermont County and authorized representative of the local Workforce Development Board, to execute said extension agreement for and on behalf of Clermont County, Ohio, with performance and cost sharing as specified in the original MOU to remain in full force and effect in accordance with the state fiscal year 2021 budget.
Thank you. Board, you've heard the reading and the recommendation of Tim Dick, Director of Department of Job and Family Services. And this is to approve the extension agreement for the state fiscal year 2020-2021 for the Local Area 12 Workforce Development System. It's a memorandum of understanding for that extension and the effective date through June 30th, 2022. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
I will make the second on that. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Abstain.
Thank you, Tim. Good morning to you. Item number 9, Craig Reisner. Morning.
Morning. Craig Reisner, County Engineer's Office. Item number 9 is a recommendation of Jeremy Evans, County Engineer, concurrent Thomas Eigel, County Administrator, to accept the following grant and assignment of easements previously granted and conveyed to Clermont County Transportation Improvement District for roadway purposes necessary for project number 82552 relative to the Klepper Lane Extension Project Phase 2 located in Union Township and to acknowledge that any and all compensation as related to the following easements has been satisfied by the Clermont County Transportation Improvement District. So these are all easements that were purchased by the Transportation Improvement District to be granted and assigned to the Board of County Commissioners, and there's approximately 27.
Yes. Board, you've heard the recommendation of Jeremy P. Evans, County Engineer, presented by Craig Reisner this morning, and that's for accept the following grant and assessment of the easements previously granted, and it's necessary for project number PID 82552. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes. Item number 10.
Item 10 is a recommendation of Jeremy Evans, County Engineer, with concurrence of Thomas Eigel, County Administrator, to authorize the transfer of the following road in a length as outlined below, situated in Union Township, from the Union Township Road Public System into the Clermont County Road Public System. And this is also Klepper Lane. So Klepper Lane, the dead-end portion of Klepper Lane as it previously existed was a Union Township maintained road, and this request is to transfer that maintenance to the Clermont County Engineer.
Board, you've heard the reading and the recommendation of Jeremy P. Evans, County Engineers, presented by Craig Reisner, and this is to situated for Union Township from the Union Township Public Road System into the Clermont County Public Road System. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes. Item number 11.
Item 11 is a recommendation of Jeremy Evans, County Engineer, with concurrence of Thomas Eigel, County Administrator, to accept the extension of Klepper Lane located in Union Township for a length of 0.754 miles, situated therein as a public road for placement into the Clermont County Public Road System. And this will be the extension of Klepper Lane from Glen Estee Withamsville Road to the intersection of Bach Buxton Road as a county road.
Board, you've heard the recommendation is presented by Craig Reisner to accept the extension of Klepper Lane. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Craig, I called Jeremy this morning and asked him about these roads. And I said, you know, these are roads that you're wanting to add to your catalog of 400 miles here in Clermont County. Do you want these roads? And he said, absolutely so.
Well, they were intended to be county roads, and we have been maintaining them. And by doing this official acceptance now, we can add them to the ODOT road mileage certification.
Yep.
And it's not a large amount of money, but it is a sum of money that the county will receive to maintain these roads. It certainly helps, yes.
Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes. Item number 12.
Item 12 is a recommendation of Jeremy Evans, County Engineer, with concurrence of Thomas Eigel, County Administrator, to accept an extension of Ivy Point Boulevard located in Union Township for a length of 0.325 miles, situated as a public road therein for placement into the Clermont County Public Road System. This portion of Ivy Point is from the circle at Ferguson to the intersection with Eichholz Road.
Board, you've heard the recommendation, accept the extension of Ivy Point Boulevard and for placement into the Clermont County Public Road System. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes. Item number 13. This is Craig Reisner Day. Did you notice that?
For a brief period here, yes. Recommendation to Jeremy Evans, County Engineer, with the concurrence of Thomas Eigel, County Administrator, to execute record plat number 6293277 for replats of lots in the following subdivision in in Miami Township. This is Redbird Meadows subdivision, replat of lot 13, and the purpose is to make an adjustment to a landscape easement.
Board, you've heard the recommendation to execute record plat number 629-3277 within Miami Township. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes. Item number 14.
Item 14 is a recommendation of Jeremy Evans, County Engineer, with concurrence of Thomas Eigel, County Administrator, to execute record plat number 6293278 for Billingsley subdivision, Section 2, Block C, located in Batavia Township. This is a small section. I believe it's only 3 lots. There are no street or sidewalk bonds associated with this section.
Board, you've heard the reading recommendation, execute record plat number 629-3278 for Billingsley subdivision, Section 2, Block C, located in Batavia Township. Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
Yes.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Batchelor?
Yes.
Commissioner Painter?
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran?
Yes. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Greg. Item number 15, Terry Brandenburg. Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. It's good to see you again.
Good seeing you in person.
I have item number 15, which is the recommendation of Sandra Tahat, Human Resources Administrator, with the concurrence of Thomas J. Eigel, County Administrator, to approve Amendment Number 5 to the Clermont County Critical Event Policy attached thereto and made a part thereof, effective June 2nd, 2021, and further to authorize the Human Resource Department to update the appropriate internet links and appendices accordingly. So this policy change is brings us in conformity with the March 10th, 2021 expiration of the Governor's Travel Advisory, which has been in place since July 22nd of 2020, and the rescinding of the majority of the health orders effective June 2nd, 2021.
Board, you've had this in advance, and you have, we need a motion to approve Amendment Number 5 to the Clermont County Critical Event Policy as recommended by Sandra Tahat and presented by Terry Brandenburg. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter?
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor?
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran?
Yes. Thank you, Terry.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Item number 16, Mary Raines. Good morning.
Good morning. It's nice to be here again.
It sure is.
Number 16 is a recommendation to authorize the clerk of the board to place a notice of the public hearing for the 2022 tax budget in the Clermont Sun on Thursday, June 10th. The tax budget hearing will be held here in the Commissioner's office on Wednesday, June 23rd at 11 a.m. local time.
Board, you've heard the recommendation of Mary Raines, Director, Office of Management Budget, and this is for the notice of public hearing in the Clermont Sun for the public hearing to be held on Wednesday, 6/23/2021, 11 a.m. for the tax budget. Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Batchelor?
Yes.
Commissioner Painter?
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran?
Yes. Item number 17, Mary Raines.
Item number 17 is a request to increase the annual appropriation in the county's general fund for the Commissioner's office budget for retirement payout in the amount of $10,054.
Board, you've heard the recommendation to increase and approve the authorization changes in the annual appropriation, and this is for retirement payouts. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter?
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor?
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran?
Yes. Thank you, Mary Raines.
Thank you.
Moving on, now we're going to any additions to the agenda at this time.
No additions.
We have no additions this morning. Now I'm requesting a motion to go into executive session pursuant to Section 121.22G1 of the Ohio Revised Code to consider the employment or compensation of a public employee or more public employees. Board, do I have a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter?
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor?
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran?
Yes, we will return after executive session. Thank you, everyone, for attending this morning. We returned from executive session. No decisions were made. We're going back to our agenda this morning. We already did the county and staff elected official discussion, so we're moving to item J. Members, are there any comments this morning from the board?
None. Nice to see your faces in here.
Yeah,
No plexiglass.
One of the comments would be, yeah, it's so strange.
It's strange.
To not have all that glass and everything around you, and also very nice, very nice.
And I finally get to see David's face back
Yep.
there.
Good to see everyone that was here this morning and participated in the meeting. Glad that they all took time out of their schedule to come, so.
And Gail, thank you for sitting in for us today.
No problem.
You bet.
Always a pleasure.
Well, with that, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn. Do I have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes, we thank you for joining us today, and don't forget that June 15th is Elder Abuse Awareness Day. Thank you very much. Bye.